it's about that time. We decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down there and trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm, man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Primetime. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, where the boss is talking.
What's good, what's good, what's good this morning with all you beautiful people. I'm your host, Big G. I'm in your space and I'm in your face early on Tuesday morning. It is August 11th, 2026 here in the great state of Mississippi. You're tuned into the Primetime Network. This is Primetime Rise and welcome, everyone, wherever you may be chiming in from. As a matter of fact, let me know where you're chiming in from. Put it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. RDcorporal.com 3844. Drop it in the comments. Let us know where you looked in from. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. How did your week jump off? How did you start your day? We're going to go off into it today. We're going to have a really awesome morning. Make sure that all of you are getting all of the entertainment and excitement that you need to kickstart and motivate your day. Welcome to Primetime Rise and Grind. Let's get into it, good people. Let's have a conversation. Welcome to the show. Give me one moment. Give me one moment while I check all of these different frames on this monitor from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, our live at gemsitpublishing.com/live, L-I-V-E. Yeah. So I want to make sure that everybody's getting tapped into what we have going on. Give me one moment. And we're going to kick this show off in high form and in high fashion. Okay. Looks like we're good. Make sure you follow us over on Twitch. And definitely lock in with us on Kick. And if you have not joined us on Fanbase, make sure you join us on Fanbase as well. We want to provide you with the opportunity to see us, hear us, feel us, and smell us no matter where you are. We want to be where you want to be. You can listen in, lock in, pay attention. Have a good time with us. Catch all of the interviews. And folks that come kick it with me on the show, have fun with me on the show. Yeah. So definitely lock in with that. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure these cameras are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Oh. Sometimes I'm out of frame. When I go back and look at the video, sometimes I'm out of frame on YouTube. I'm sorry, not on YouTube, on Instagram. I might be out of frame. So I want to make sure that we're locked in and we're good to go. All across the board. All right. Your big picture may not be the real big picture. Adjust, overcome, and keep it pushing. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about this morning. Downtime doesn't last forever. Let them laugh. Yeah, let them laugh. Let them kiki. Let them sit there and say illicit things behind your back or even to your face. Doesn't matter. Your time may be one step away. It really is one step away because of the work that you've been putting in that people never see, could never see, because they're blinded by their own self-centeredness. They would never see your vision. Good morning, good people. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Primetime Grind. We're talking about what happens when you finally realize, you come to the realization that the big picture you had in your heart wasn't really the big picture at all. Sometimes we get so committed to how we thought life was supposed to happen that we miss what life is actually trying to show us. The business didn't work the way you planned. The relationship changed. The opportunity disappeared. The money slowed down. The door closed. And suddenly you're thinking, what the hell happened to my plan? Maybe the plan wasn't the destination. Maybe it was the preparation. Let me repeat that. Maybe the plan was not the destination. Maybe it was preparation. Sometimes you've got to adjust. Sometimes you definitely have to rebuild. Sometimes you've got to take the loss, learn the lesson, and keep it pushing. Just that simple. And while you're rebuilding, let them laugh, let them talk, let them count you out, because downtime doesn't last forever. A bad season isn't a bad life. One closed door doesn't mean the building is closed. You might be the conversation. One decision, one connection, one opportunity, one step away. So stop staring at what didn't happen. Look at what's possible now. Right? Don't stay stuck in that rut. Adjust, overcome, and keep moving. Because sometimes you don't understand the big picture until you finally stop trying to control every piece of it. Yeah. Let's rise, let's grind, and let's get into it, people. How you doing today? You know, the words might affect you when you hear them, but are you comprehending what I'm talking about? Are you hearing what I'm saying? What's going on, Brother Don Juan Misery? As a matter of fact, Don Juan, if you're not busy, if you're listening, if you're still chimed in, if you hadn't gone to the gym yet, look here, man. I'm going to send you this link. I want you to jump on with me if you got time, if you're in the studio, if you're at the crib around the computer. I'm going to send this to my brother up there in Kansas City. Because Don Juan knows exactly what I'm talking about. Don Juan has got to look at the big picture and the bigger picture that most folks never see. Never see. But do you see it? Can you actually see where you are within the big picture, your big picture, or a big picture? And then come to realize that that is not the big picture. Excuse me. Oh, hold on a second. Let me clear my throat. Sip on a little bit of that lemon lime ginger water. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there and make y'all suffer through watching me take my morning vitamins. I've already done that. So Don Juan, if you're locked in, jump on with me. Let's chop it up a little bit this morning. Your original plan and your ultimate purpose may not be the same thing. Let me repeat that. Your original plan, right, and your ultimate purpose, the long term, the bigger picture, may not be the same thing. Some failures are actually redirections. Don't become emotionally attached to one method of reaching the goal. There are definitely more ways than one to skin the cat. And you have to sit there and make adjustments to fit your mold. And it's not always going to be comfortable. But you can't allow folks outside of your purview to influence you or push you to be knocked off of your square, come off of the tracks, be derailed. The destination can remain while the route changes. And the route isn't the route that everyone goes down. The road less traveled, a lot of times, or all of the time, really is the road that you want to take, because that gives you an opportunity to learn the process. Yes, there are faster routes. Yes, there are interstates to the destination. But sometimes you need to take that scenic route. Sometimes you need to take that back road, that Okay? Setback isn't automatically a sign to quit. Sometimes you have to completely rebuild the strategy. Don't let embarrassment keep you trapped in something that isn't working. Your current circumstances are not your permanent identity. Because someone thinks that they've outgrown a position or outgrown you, let them go. There's nothing to sit there and make attempts to hold anyone back from what they're wanting to achieve in their lives. But that doesn't stop you from doing what you have to do for your life. And no one can fault you for what it is that you begin to do for your life. You see, when the focus is on one thing completely, you lose track of everything that you want to do in your life. But once you get back on track to do what you have to do for your life, there's nothing that anyone else can say to you about how you move, or why you're doing the things that you're doing. It doesn't matter at that point. Because their big picture and your big picture are two different big pictures. But what's the real big picture in life as you're moving forward? Because none of the superfluities of life matter. None of them. When you turn at the end of the day and there's no one there in support of you, I'm not talking about fandoms or just, no, when there's no one there in support of you because of what you've done to burn or tear down the bridge. You tore down the bridge. No one can come across. So you have to know what the bigger picture is in life. And we talked about that yesterday on Industry Talk as it relates to wisdom. And as you get older, you begin to realize that the things that you go through in life have only refined you, have only gotten you better. Time and season, ladies and gentlemen. Time and season. Stop measuring your future using today's problems. Everybody laughing today are definitely going to be watching tomorrow. Growth sometimes requires admitting my original plan was wrong. There's no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. Adaptability is a strength, not a weakness. One opportunity can change the entire trajectory of what it is that you have going on in that down moment. Stay prepared during slow seasons. And there are slow seasons that come, no matter where you are or who you are in life. How are you going to come out of it? What do you do to make those adjustments to come out of it? One thing I've learned is that if you allow it to phase you, if you allow it to dictate to you how you move in your life, you'll be stuck in a rut for the rest of your life because you don't know how to make a decision on how to keep pushing forward and how to keep moving in the direction of success. There is no one that I know that has not fallen. But some that have fallen refuse to get back up. And we're not talking about a physical fall. We're talking about a mental fall. And instead of making the adjustment, overcoming, and pushing forward, they stayed down. They stayed in the darkness. They stayed depressed. They stayed intimidated as though they've done something wrong, as though the world is against them, as though everything that they've tried to do just keeps hitting a dead end. Well, all of those dead ends are redirects because obviously that's not the direction that you should be going in. That model of execution is not the direction that you should be moving towards. Obviously, that's not the win. that's an ephemeral moment. When people don't know who you are, they assume who you are, they negate the fact of what you've done or what you've become over the years, the work that you've put in over time to get you to the point where you are today, present day in your life. People have a tendency to forget. And it's not your job to remind them, because you're not living your life for them. You're living your life to make sure that you're taking care of your responsibilities and your family and everything that comes with that. So I got it on my mind. You're too worried about who's laughing. A bunch of us fall into that, right? And that's what's on my mind this morning. Some people are afraid to rebuild because they don't want anybody to know something went wrong. That pill is a little hard to swallow. Why? Because you're in denial. They don't want people to see them struggle. They don't want people knowing the business slowed down. They don't want people knowing the relationship failed. They don't want people knowing that they're starting over. Man, let them laugh. Let them kiki, let them talk, let them do whatever it is that they feel is going to get their emotional rise up. Because at the end of the day, what they eat don't make you shit. What they do doesn't impact your outcome overall, the bigger picture. Only you have control of that, and how you deal with it and how you move forward beyond. And you recognize the fact that, hey man, some things went wrong, some things went awry, but I'm still in this thing, grinding, getting it, working it, and doing it. Pride keeps people trapped in bad situations. Starting over isn't failure. Everybody's watching isn't qualified to judge. I tell folks this, I tell my friends this, my real friends this all the time. People say, oh man, take a look at this situation. You may not be qualified to judge that particular situation, or any situation for that matter. People often see the struggle, but they don't understand the strategy. Don't perform success while privately drowning. Don't do that. Because you might understand what I'm saying with it, but don't showcase like everything is fine and you're privately drowning. No. You turn the television off. The rest of the world doesn't have to know what's going on behind the scenes. And you don't have to sit there and do the shuck and jive and the dance to appeal to individuals as though things are going great. Fix the problem instead of protecting the image. Fix the problem instead of protecting the image. The comeback begins with honesty. You don't owe spectators an explanation for every adjustment. Never destroy your future trying to protect yourself from temporary embarrassment. Roll off you like water to a duck, people. Like water to a duck. Hey, what's going on, Toy? This Watts. How you doing? Long time no hear. I think it's been over 30 years since I've heard from you. Seen you down in Bay St. Louis. How you doing, my sister? Congratulations on all the wonderful things that you got going on. I don't really see all of the people that are on my lives until I see it. I go to the section and I see it. It's the first time I've seen you on the show. Welcome to the program, my sister. Welcome to the program. I think you're in Jones County, Haynes County, superintendent, running the school system. Awesome stuff, man. Congratulations to you and the family. The big picture versus your picture. Sometimes we create a picture of how success should look. Yes, yes. And of course, much respect, big respect to you and the family on the passing of our sister Goldie. Fact too, um, big shout out to the family, everyone that was involved. My man Gregory Barabino, I think he went down to the funeral and he made mention that he had seen you and said hello. So, hey, guess what? It just so happened you popped up on the live today. That's awesome. By 25, I'll have this. By 30, I'll own that. By 40, I'll be there. Then life happens. Yeah, life really happens. The game plan sounds good. And it's good to have, you know, some intent in terms of what it is that you want to get accomplished and what it is that you want to do. And since it doesn't happen the way chronologically, the way that you want it to happen, now you think that you're behind. But behind compared to what? You see? Who are you in the race against? Social media creates artificial timelines. Don't compare somebody else's highlight reel to your rebuild season. That's your rebuild, not theirs. That you cannot compare what it is that you do and what someone else does to your particular situation. That compare and contrast will drive you crazy. Your path may require additional preparation. What looks like a delay can sometimes create maturity. You can arrive later and still arrive prepared. But don't be late to the party though. Don't sit there and take my word and oh Jesus to be late to show. No, I did not. If you got an appointment, make sure your ass is there 30 to 45 minutes ahead of time. How about that? That's real life. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about different things in terms of making adjustments and overcoming in life when you hit that brick wall. When you think the rest of the world is pouring on and pounding on and lambasting you. No. Don't give two fucks. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Keep doing your thing. Because like I said earlier, what they eat don't make you shit. Yes, indeed. So how to know when it's time to adjust? The same strategy keeps producing the same bad result. Stop calling it perseverance if you're refusing to learn. That's not perseverance. That's stupidity. That's ignorance. You're not trying to get beyond. So you're just going to stay stuck in that repetitive cycle that doesn't work. Persistence doesn't mean repeating an ineffective strategy forever. The environment has changed. Markets change. Technology changes. Customers, they change. Relationships definitely change. People, people change. And you must recognize the reality in that. New information changes the equation. Smart people update their decisions when better information becomes available. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. We talked about wisdom yesterday. You've outgrown the original vision. Sometimes your first dream was simply too small because you didn't realize that you had everything that it took to complete everything that you had on your mind in that given situation and in that season. But God has a door prepared for you so great and so wondrous. Like I say, you might see a big picture, but you don't see the big picture. What you thought was the destination may have only been the doorway. Are you ready to walk through it? The cost of staying the same is greater than the cost of changing. Now that's impactful. Why? Because if you're not ready to make the change when it's time to make the change and the adjustment, you're going to be stuck. That's when it gets wrong. What will happen if I do nothing? Y'all answer this. Y'all riddle me this one. What's 0 times 0? Yeah. I'm going to leave that there. Adjust doesn't mean quit. This needs to be clear. There's a difference between quitting the mission and changing the strategy. Change the route, not necessarily the destination. Change the team if necessary. Change the budget. Change the schedule. Change the business model. Change how you communicate. Change how you promote. Change what isn't producing results. See, that's a hard one because it may be the people around you that aren't producing results, that are in fact holding your situation back because it's incumbent upon what they're doing that assist in your situation. Hey, get strictly independent and make sure that you build the team around you that is going to adhere to what it is that you need to do to move the needle forward across the board. Period. Keep what works. Eliminate what does not. That's evolution. Downtime doesn't last forever. Everybody has seasons where things slow down. Yeah. The phone doesn't ring. The money isn't moving. Opportunities aren't coming. People stop checking for you. That's when you find out what you're made of. You see? Your back's against the wall. You're down and out. You're feeling depressed, mentally fatigued. Yeah. Now, what are you going to do? Do you fold? Okay. Slow seasons are preparations for seasons. Review your systems. Develop new skills. Remember, I always talk about learning. Educate yourself. Keep yourself in that educational cycle continuously. Repair relationships. Organize finances. Create content. Strengthen your network. Study your industry. Improve your craft. Take care of yourself. Prepare for the next opportunity before it arrives. Don't waste your downtime complaining about being down. Ain't nobody want to hear that shit. Use it to prepare for getting back up. Yeah. Yeah. Prepare yourself for the redirect. Prepare yourself for the bounce back. Prepare yourself for your comeback. Tell you the truth, you've never left, but mentally preparing yourself for the comeback. Let them laugh. People love to celebrate the fall. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They love to see other people fall, but they don't like to see themselves fall. They don't like it when the camera is turned around and facing them and their life is on full display. Especially when they never understood your climb. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them think it over. Let them mull in that the way that they choose to. Your job isn't to convince them. No. Your job is to keep building. Don't announce every move. Results eventually answer questions. Stop arguing with spectators. How would they know what you're doing? They're just watching from afar. Being nosy. Let me see what he's doing over there. Trying to peep your move. Save energy for execution. Your comeback doesn't need permission. I don't need your permission to go do what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't. No one does. So when people always have those questions, what you doing? Where you going? Hold up. Whoa. Are you helping me build? Are you here in the trenches with me? Are you doing anything outside of giving me the negative connotation every time I bring something to the table? Because if that's the case, I'm not bringing it to your table to talk to you about it, to express it to you. I'm going to work. So don't ask me dumbass fucking questions about what I'm doing and what am I trying to get accomplished, because you don't care. You're not here assisting me in this. You just want to hear about it so you can sit there and gripe and be negative. See, there are people like that around. It's just every time you say something, a negative thought pops into their head. It's the first thing that happens. It's negative. There's no, oh, let me see both sides of this. Let me see what I can add to. Let me see. But when it's their shit, oh, they want you to be gung-ho. Let's go. Remember, your time, your season. Don't allow people to hold you back. Right? Remember who supported you, but don't become consumed with proving people wrong. That's not the point. They'll know that they're wrong in time. Your success should be about your purpose, not revenge. Definitely not revenge. You may be one step away. This is the part people forget. Right? Sometimes success doesn't happen gradually. One opportunity changes everything. One meeting, one introduction, one contract, one song, one performance, one investor, one customer, one interview, one decision. You don't always know which step is going to become the step. That's why you keep fucking stepping. Stay walking, man. You stay grinding. You stay getting it. And when people sitting there on the sidelines in the peanut gallery and have slick shit to say, undermining things to say, hey, that's what floats your boat. Because if you can't see that I'm in this thing grinding and getting it and working it every day and putting forth efforts that most folks will never understand because of your belief in self, it's not for them to see. It's only for them to receive it after the fact, when the rest of the world is cheering you on and acceptance and love the fact that you did not quit. You stuck to it. You stood firm in your commitments and your desires, and you pressed forward. Now let's talk about the business application side of this, because of course, this is industry talk. We talk about business. We talk with entrepreneurs, leaders, business leaders, various celebrities. I'm sorry, industry talk. Primetime rise and grind. Entrepreneurs especially need to hear this. Your first business model may not be the final business model. You do realize that. What is actually generating revenue? What is costing too much? What does the customer actually want? What are we doing because it works? What are we doing because we've always done it? What needs automation? What needs elimination? Where are the new opportunities? Don't fall in love with the business model. Fall in love with solving the problem. Yes, resolution. Resolution. Yeah. Sometimes your big picture It includes certain people, and they're no longer there. Yeah, that hurts. But someone leaving your picture doesn't necessarily remove your future. Right. Some relationships have seasons. Don't force people into chapters they've already left. Learn from the relationship, heal, adjust, keep going. Your identity shouldn't disappear because someone else walked away. Keep your eye on these businesses, ladies and gentlemen. Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime, the official Miss Jamaica, and my brother ECEO continue building Boss Talk 101, showing what happens when independent creators stay consistent and continue expanding their platform. Yes, indeed. Make sure you lock in with ECEO and the official Miss Jamaica.
It's about that time we decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down there, trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Primetime. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, what the boss is talking.
Tune in with my good man. Make sure you catch him while you can. Comedian Jarrell Bradwell continues moves with his raw, unapologetically witty comedy and unmistakable deep South perspective. Every stage, every city, and every opportunity represents another step forward, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes that one step is the one that changes everything. Make sure you stay locked in with my good man, Jarrell Braswell. If in fact you want to book Jarrell Braswell, pay attention very closely. Need a host, feature, headliner, or motivational speaker who delivers every time? Book comedian Jarrell Braswell, bringing high energy comedy and unforgettable performances to every stage he touches. Catch him while you can. Visit jbcomedy.com and secure your date today. Calendar is filling fast. Book Jarrell Braswell now.
Warm y'all ass. Come up, blooded. They call me JB coming out.
Coming to the stage, comedian JB. Man, I tried they older women, them cougars, they fucking it up. They doing what young women doing. Cougars popping, mollies, they getting BBLs, all that shit. One cougar I was fucking with had a BBL, she was shaped like a silverback gorilla. For real. Had another one I was fucking with, that bitch was shaped like Shamar.
And make sure you lock in with our artist on the radar, Regine Gagne, from the UK, Terry Cherry, EXO Music, D'Amour Carolina, Trulia Monroe, The Real Shanti, Tangela Turner, Getty Blue, Azo Capone, Passport, Scoob, Freaky the Pimp, 7, Mr. Franklin, 601, Keith Wallace, Rob Lowe, Escobars, and we have some new individuals that are coming on board that'll be joining us here soon enough. Before we get too deep off into that, I'm going to let that sit where it is and introduce those guys when they go through the onboarding process, you see, because we want to make sure that they're locked in. We had a situation where, I thought some individuals were ready to come on board. We started talking about it, started promoting, and then when it comes to the onboard process, everything stopped. Because it's arduous. It's not like it's okay, I'm gonna get into it, point, click, and play. No, it takes some time, and a lot of individuals don't like reading, and I'm not a real big picture guy. Point and click type stuff at a picture. No, you have to read documentation. You have to read what it is to become member of the MLC. You have to read the information about joining the RIAA. You have to read the information about your PRO, ASCAP, or BMI. You have to read the information about registering your copyrights with the Library of Congress in order to protect your intellectual properties the right way. These things that you have to read, and we have this entire package ready for artists and clients. It's not just artists, it's anybody, that goes through our system. If in fact you have a book, if you have products, services, you're a speaker, you're a podcast, it doesn't make a difference. The system works no matter who you are. It's client built and based, but I developed it for artists. And what I mean, I developed it for artists. I developed it because I knew that singers, composers, not DJs, but producers of music and composition, I knew over time that these guys just enjoyed doing what they do. I just want to be an artist. I just want to sing. But they had no business background, no idea of how to protect themselves and their intellectual properties. So I designed a system for independent artists to, hey, guess what? You can do this on your own. Yes, you can be a part of our label. Yes, you can be a part of Freeware Records. But if you want to actually have true independence, I want you to be able to walk through these steps, put all of these things into your repertoire. Everything that you need as an artist to protect your intellectual property. And this process is a repeating process. Once you have it down pat, and you have all of the other little precursors and criteria out of the way, the prerequisites, the rest of the journey is a cakewalk. The rest of the journey is actually being an artist. Because you've eliminated the paperwork, you've eliminated all of the things that you need to protect yourself and cover yourself. Now I can get out here and I can do my work. Because I'm telling you, if you don't maintain your own ISRC codes, and I've been noticing that a lot of people are starting to talk about this stuff. I can show you videos where I've been doing this and talking about this exact same thing for years. Now, am I bent out of shape because people don't catch on to what I'm saying? No, I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth about what it is that you need to do in terms of protecting yourself. My message isn't for everybody. My message isn't for 9 billion people. My message is for the individuals who want to hear the message from me. And I'm not trying to convince you of what I know. I'm trying to show you what I've prepared through studying, through researching, through years of doing this with artists and recognizing, okay, these are some pitfalls, these are some places where they're going to get hung up, these are some things that they don't know about and might need to be brought to the table so they can recognize and realize for themselves, because I want you to be able to carve out that career for yourself as an artist. Every artist, I want the world to hear my music. Okay, well, how are you going to put yourself in a situation to be able to do that? Because just taking your music and pressing the button and pushing it out there on the DSP does not make that happen. It makes it available. But pushing it to the masses, that's not how it happens. You forget the local grind. You forget the regional grind. You forget the DJ networking. You forget the radio networking. Because you figure, hey man, let me put it up there on DistroKid. I'm good. Or let me give it to United Masters. They're going to make me famous. No, they're not. Where's your grind behind the scenes? What are you doing out there to get your messaging out and getting your word out? And exploiting what it is that you've developed. See, a lot of people don't like that word, exploit. Well, guess what? If you're going to push your music, you have to put it out there. You have to exploit it. You have to put it out there for the world to hear and see. If not, guess what? Keep it to yourself. And don't say you're an artist. Make sure you tap in with my good man Inside Speaks. Inside is normally outside, but guess what? He is always inside on the job. Jonathan Shaw, military veteran's point of view. Inside Speaks with Jonathan Shaw represents exactly what today's conversation is about. Life changes. Your assignments change. Identity changes. A veteran can leave military service and suddenly face the question, what does the next chapter look like? The transition requires adjustment, resilience, and purpose. The uniform may change, the mission may change, but the value of the individual remains. Make sure you tap in with Inside Speaks, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every morning here on the Primetime Network, and make sure you lock in with Jonathan Shaw. Follow him on all of his social media, and make sure you tap in on his YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jonathan Shaw, Inside Speaks, ladies and gentlemen.
No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel.
Adjustability and adaptability is the ability to adjust when circumstances, environments, or information change. Adaptability doesn't mean you lack principles. No. It means you understand that different circumstances can require different strategies. Simple formula: observe, evaluate, adjust, execute, review. Don't just react. Evaluate the move. Just that simple. Keep it pushing, right? Listen, you lost something, and keep it pushing. They counted you out, and keep it pushing. The original plan failed. Well, rewrite it, and then keep it pushing. The opportunity disappeared. Find another door. You're starting again. Well, start wiser this time. Don't spend the rest of your life mourning one chapter. It's already done. Turn the fucking page. Your story isn't finished because the plot changed. You may be tired. You may be frustrated. You may feel forgotten. But you're still here. Remember that. God blessed you with the opportunity to get up, breathe. You have an opportunity to make it right. But you're still here. And as long as you're still here, there's another move available. Adjust, adapt, overcome, keep it pushing. And here's my question to you for today. What part of your big picture have you changed or had to change? Did life force you to rethink your career, business, relationships, family, money, dream, location, purpose? And here's the deeper question. Did the adjustment eventually show you something bigger than what you originally planned? You see, that's what I'm talking about. Your big picture might not necessarily be the big picture. Drop it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody may need your experience this morning. Right? Somebody. They need your insight. They need what you've gone through and how you made adjustments and how you kept it pushing. as an example of what it is that they may need to do in their own lives. And let's close this thing out. Wait, we're not going to close anything out just yet. Not yet. Not yet. We still have one section that we have to focus on. I can't allow you guys to move without me talking about this. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. We were learning Spanish over the last week and a half, and now we're moving into our second language that we're picking up and starting to work with. So if in fact you weren't here or haven't been here over the last couple of days, you know, I'm going to hit the reboot and the rewind on this, because I want you to, like I said, just like we took with the Spanish, you learn the alphabet, then you go through different phases of it, get you some sight words, numbers, days of the week, months, year, time. And so you go back and you, guess what? Study it. Guess what? Repeat it. Guess what? Over and over and over again. And then you go find you a friend that speaks Spanish. And y'all work with one another. You talk to one another. You pick up different words as you move along. And you keep going back to this YouTube university. And you learn this stuff. Why? For your own edification. Yes, indeed. So today, we're picking up on our language of the week. Enjoy.
Samoan Language Basics. B. Faitau a Samoa. Samoan Alphabet. A. Acho. E. Elefante. I. Ipu. O. Ofu.
I don't know if you guys are hearing anything, because I'm not hearing anything. I'm going to have to mute on.
Uati. Fa. Samoan Language Basics. B. Faitau a Samoa. Samoan Alphabet. A. Acho. E. Elefante. I. Ipu. O. Ofu. Uati. Fa. Fangu. Nga. Ngata. La. Longo. Mo. Moa. Nu. Nofoa. Bi. Busi. Sa. Salafanua. Ti. Ta'avale. Vi. Va'a. He. Helikopa. Ka. Kirikiti. Rora. Piti. Numera. Numbers. Tasi. Lua. Tolu. Fa. Lima. Ono. Fitu. Valu. Eva. Sefulu. Lanu. Colors. Lanu Mumu. Red. Lanu Moli. Orange. Lanu Sama Sama. Yellow. Lanu Meamata. Green. Lanu Moana. Blue. Lanu Violet. Purple. Lanu Efu Efu. Gray. Lanu Ena Ena. Brown. Lanu uli uli, black. Lanu bae bae, white. Lanu piniki, pink. Folinga, shapes. Tafacholu, triangle. Li'o, circle. Fa'a chafafa, square. Chafa'ono, hexagon. Chafalima, pentagon. Chafavalu, octagon. Fa'a chafafa le tutusha, rectangle. Taimane, diamond. Fatu, heart. La pocho pocho, oval. Fetu, star. Chao, weather. La, sunny. Timu, rainy. Awaoa, cloudy. Nua nua, rainbow. Machangi, storm. Savili, windy. Wila, lightning. Asiosio, tornado. Puaoa, foggy. Malulu, cold. Vivela, hot. Langona, emotions. To'a, calm. Fia fia, happy. Mimita, proud. Machamuli, shy. Te'i, shocked. Fa'anoa noa, sad. Popole, worried. Lava, tired. Mapu, relieved. Icha, mad. Tinga, hurt. Fefe, scared. Ino ino, disgusted. Aso, days. Asongafua, Monday. Asolua, Tuesday. Asolulu, Wednesday. Asochofi, Thursday. Asofaraile, Friday. Asocho'onai, Saturday. Asosa, Sunday. Masina, months. January, January. February, February. Machi, March. Aperila, April. May, May. Juni, June. July, July. Augusto, August. September, September. Okechopa, October. November, November. December, December. Tau matau, right. Tau angavale, left. Lunga, up. Lalo, down. Fa'apopo, add. Vai vai, divide. Jo'ese, subtract. Fa'atele, multiply. Tutusha, equal. Folinga, face. Ulu, head. Fa'apatu, bun. Laulu, hair. Talinga, ear. Mata, eyes. Isu, nose. Alafau, cheek. Lau fiva, tongue. Auwai, chin. Tau au, shoulders. Muaulu, forehead. Fulu macha, eyebrow. Lau macha, eyelid. Fulumacha, lash. Ngutu, mouth. Nifo, teeth. Laungutu, lips. Ua, neck. Timey, time. Tale, o'clock. Lima ete aile, 5 past. Sefulu ete aile, 10 past. Quata ete aile, 1/4 past. Lua sefulu ete aile, 20 past. Lua lima ete aile, 25 past. Afa le, 1/2 past. Toi lua lima ile, 25 till. Toi lua sefulu ile, 22. Toi quata ile, 1/4 till. Toi sefulu ile, 10 2. Toi lima ile, 5 2. Itula, ono sefulu minute. Minute, ono sefulu sekone. Kwacha, lua lima minute. Afa, tolu sefulu minute. Lalolangi, earth. Masina, moon. Langi, heaven. Vani monimo, outer space. Talofa, hello. Alofa, love. Angalele, kind. Oa'u e, angalele, anga alofa, atamai, aulele, ma alofangia. I am kind, compassionate, smart, beautiful, and loved. O te mawhaia, mea whaingata. I can do hard things.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying.
All right. We're in the Samoan language, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're going to be tapping into over the next week. We'll have some new stuff coming down the pipe, new words, new meanings, new expressions. Yeah. You're not going to sit there and say you didn't learn anything watching Industry Talk. And also, we have You Ain't My Type coming down the pipeline. If in fact you are interested in our casting call for our dating show that we're preparing for, and our host comedian Jarrell Braswell, lock us in.
You ain't my type, but you might be tonight. I'm good. You ain't my type. Come on, baby, change my mind. I'm good. We'll laugh, we'll laugh. Let's see what we find. You ain't my type. They never felt this fun. Whee!
Yes, indeed. And as we close out, ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid when the picture changes. Sometimes what you thought was falling apart is simply being rearranged. Some doors closing or forcing you to finally look at another hallway. Some relationships ending or forcing you to rediscover yourself. Financial setbacks are forcing you to learn discipline. Some failed plans are exposing better opportunities. Don't worship the original plan. Learn, adapt, adjust, overcome. Keep moving. And while people are laughing because you're down and kicking you while you're down, that's cool. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying it's cool because it doesn't affect you. You shouldn't allow it to affect you. Let them. Your downtime doesn't last forever. Keep working, keep preparing, keep believing. Because the opportunity that changes everything could be one step away. Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. You may fall. That's not the end. Get back up. Adjust your footing. Take the lesson and keep moving. Have an incredible morning, ladies and gentlemen. Be great. This is Prime Time, Rise and Grind, and I took you guys beyond 30 minutes today. I get to talking and rambling, and, the conversation gets to where it gets. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Like I say, I want to get in here. I want to hit it. I want to get it. I'm here for a very short time, not a long time. But today, hey, the cup runneth over. Yes, and I'm going to run this for you one more time. You ain't my type, ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't my type, but you might be tonight. I'm good. You ain't my type. Come on, baby, change my mind. I'm good. We'll laugh, we'll laugh. Let's see what we find. You ain't my type. They never felt this fun. Woo!
Yes, indeed. You ain't my type. You're sitting there, you're talking with the panel, and, you know, you find out a little bit about the male or the female, because, you know, we'll have it going both ways. You know, have a male contestant and 4 female contestants, or have 1 female contestant and 4 male contestants. However the applications come in and we do the matchups, you know, because there's questionnaires that you got to go through. We're not just pulling a shit show together. No, we're really pulling together and working to match people up the right way. And it's fun. It's upbeat. It's getting to find out and knowing if, in fact, you know, what people do on camera is the same as what they do off camera, if they come with the same energy, or are they just trying to look for that opportunity to get their 15 minutes of fame, whatever the case may be. But we want you guys to come out and have a really good time. And hey, you never know. You might find that connection. You might find that connection. You ain't my type, ladies and gentlemen. Lock us in. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, beautiful people, y'all know with me, it's about health, wealth, wellness. And in today's situation, adapt, adjust, overcome, and keep it pushing. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us, because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.